Boston College and Missouri being a top 25 matchup and one of the best games of week 3 was not on my bingo card back in the preseason, but I will happily take it. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. Ready to break down and predict number 24 Boston College and number 6 Missouri on Saturday morning. Early morning game in Columbia. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below. That includes our website, thegridironexpert.com, home of our exclusive expert picks. If you want the spread picks for college football games and NFL games, some of the best in the entire country, picks that have beat out over 80% of the national handicappers each of the last 6 years, this is the place for you. We are offering our picks a full year-long subscription for one of the lowest prices in the country and the track record to back it up. No other handicapper is going to offer you a deal like this. We can guarantee you that. So we want you to go take advantage of it. Go sign up for those picks today and become a member of our GE Nation. Definitely want to take advantage of our Week 3 picks are already out on our website. We want you to start placing those bets and using our picks for this game and all the other games officially get underway. So let's take a look at this, man. I'm telling you, Boston College, I think, has already been one of the biggest surprises of the season. They actually have a great opportunity to maybe end that streak of 14, 15 consecutive seasons without an 8-win season? Bill O'Brien already working his magic with the Eagles, especially on the offensive side of the ball, which shouldn't come as a surprise. He is an offensive mind after all. But he's doing it with Thomas Castellanos, a guy who last year was a phenomenal runner, phenomenal dual threat QB, but struggled a little bit at times passing the ball. We have not seen that so far through 2 games with Castellanos. They beat Florida State and Tallahassee. They beat Duquesne. Castellanos has already thrown for 340 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But if you've watched Boston College in their first 2 games, you know this is a team that wants to run the football. We know Castellanos wants to run the football, but what about everybody else? This is a team that has rushed for 569 yards in just 2 games. They had 263 rushing yards against Florida State. They had 306 rushing yards against Duquesne, which, doesn't say too much, but still shows how talented this Boston College offensive line is and how dominant this ground game can be. Obviously, the nearly 300-yard performance in Tallahassee is a little bit more impressive. They have 3 players that have rushed for at least 100 rushing yards so far this year, led by the Florida State and Kansas State transfer Trayshawn Ward. This is a Boston College offense that wants to eat up the clock. They have dominated the time of possession, dominated against Florida State, won it against Duquesne. It didn't really matter when you win 56-0. But it's a team that wants to have long, drawn-out drives. This is a team that wants to bully you up front, that wants to run the ball, and maybe ultimately could end up setting up the pass for Castellanos. This is a very underrated Boston College offense that will give the Missouri defense quite a bit of trouble on Saturday. Conversely, the Missouri offense is pretty dang good of its own. And here's the thing, we haven't even seen Missouri's offense this year, right? When you play Murray State and you play Buffalo in your first 2 games, Eli Drinkwitz is not opening up the full playbook. You'll see a little bit more from Missouri on Saturday. And here's the thing, they haven't been bad either. They've shut out both Murray State and Buffalo. The offenses look great in both those games. Brady Cook already thrown for over 450 yards and only 1 touchdown this year. Only 1 passing touchdown for Cook. But again, when those first 2 games are over at halftime, he's getting pulled early, he's not going to rack up a bunch of stats. But he's got a lot of talent surrounding him, guys, and you're going to see a lot of it on Saturday. Nate Noel transferring in from App State, rushed for over 120 yards and 2 touchdowns on the year. Marcus Carroll transferring in from Georgia State at running back, 97 rushing yards already on the year. Theo Weiss has been phenomenal at wide receiver, leads the team with 179 reception yards already. Luther Burden, though, as we know, is the star of the wide receiver core, the do-it-all player for the Tigers. Hasn't racked up a lot of stats so far this year, but we know it's coming, and this could be the game where he really does break out. The Tigers' offensive line has been phenomenal. They have not allowed a single sack in their first 2 games, but should be mentioned, this Boston College defense will certainly be the toughest they face. Again, Missouri's had an easier schedule. Boston College is certainly the more well-traveled and well-tested team, but will that matter on Saturday? We're going to preview both of the defenses for these teams, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. We've got a new sponsor for the show this season, Chris Gates Fitness and his online fitness training camp. Training Camp is a monthly fitness program designed specifically for football fans, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. With hundreds of different workouts and exclusive content such as the calorie calculator and, my personal favorite, the low-calorie, high-protein tailgating cookbook, Training camp is a must for any football fan looking to get or stay in shape. With Chris as your coach, you'll get top-notch guidance. He's been coaching people online since 2018, and like all of you watching, he's a die-hard football fan. His clients consistently get results by implementing a flexible approach to diet and exercise. So if you're interested in getting brand new workout programs every month, fitness challenges every month to push you to develop healthy habits, challenges within the training camp community like weekly football pick'ems, access to live Q&As where you can get direct, personalized support from Chris with your health and fitness, and the support of a community of people there to encourage you every step of the way, you need to visit chrisgatesfitness.com/Gridiron Expert, the link down in the description below. Learn more, sign up today, and use our promo code GRIDIRON to get your first month for just $10. Boston College typically has a pretty strong defense. For years, it's been the offense that's held them back, but the defense has been the strength. That maybe could be the case once again this year. We know the offense is very, very good, and the defense, once again, is insanely strong. This is a physical Eagles defense. They've got 4 sacks on the year, 3 interceptions on the year. They held Florida State at their home stadium to just 13 points and just 21 rushing yards. And yes, look, I know you kind of abandon the run a little bit when you get down. Florida State was. They were down double digits. They got to abandon the run to throw the ball to try to come back. But still, 21 rushing yards is all the Seminoles could muster against this Boston College front seven. Against Duquesne, the Eagles won 56-0 and held them to just 135 total yards on the day and just 60 rushing yards. So this is a very, very physical Boston College defensive line. Boston College front seven as a whole, but especially that defensive line. And that's going to be, I think, the preaching point for Bill O'Brien. It's going to be, we've got to remain physical, and we've got to continue to get a push against Missouri. If I'm Bill O'Brien, if I'm Boston College, I know Missouri has hardly shown us anything. You're watching the film, they're holding a lot back for a game like this. This defense has to be ready to go. You've got to bottle up the ground game, which was very potent for the Tigers last year, but obviously loses a handful of people from last year. You've got to bottle up Nate Noel. You've got to bottle up Marcus Carroll, and you've got to say, hey, Brady Cook beat us through the air. The problem is Cook is a phenomenal quarterback. He absolutely can beat you through the air with the wide receivers he has at his disposal. But if you're Boston College, you've got to find a way to make the Tigers one-dimensional. Secondary has produced 3 interceptions, so if I'm Bill O'Brien, I'm taking that risk. Sail out on the run, force Missouri to win through the air, and hope that your secondary can create a few negative plays, create a few turnovers, and give your offense some opportunities to put some points on the board or just waste a lot of clock. Missouri, on the other hand, look, they haven't allowed a point all year. I remember last year, Missouri returned so much talent defensively, and they were phenomenal defensively. It was a complete team effort, but that defense, a major reason why the Tigers ended up winning 11 games and winning the Cotton Bowl. They lost so much of that defensive production coming into this year. Obviously, Drinkwitz replaced a lot of that through the transfer portal, replaced that just through recruiting, period. Had a lot of depth as well. This is a team that hasn't allowed a single point. They shut out Murray State 51-0. They shut out Buffalo 38-0. They have 5 sacks on the year. They also have forced 3 turnovers on the year. They held Murray State to 85 yards total. They held Buffalo to 169 yards total. But against the Bulls, they did allow 114 rushing yards. So maybe a sliver of hope for Boston College. Maybe they see something in that film that goes, hey, they didn't do the best job, not bad, but the best job at stopping the Buffalo run game. Maybe we can exploit that because we know that's what the Eagles want to do. They are not going to be a pass-first team. They are not going to be a team that wants to go out there and air it out. There's a team that wants to bully you up front, like we mentioned, wants to run the football, and that's what Missouri's got to do as well. For both these defenses, I'm saying sell out on the run. More so Missouri than Boston College. Missouri has got to stop the run and force Thomas Castellanos to win this game through the air. Why? Because while his stats are improved, while he has not thrown an interception, while he does have 6 touchdowns on the year, that is not something that Bill O'Brien wants his young quarterback to have to do. This is not a team that I think really wants Thomas Castellanos to have the game solely on his shoulders. That's not what this Boston College team is built for. So if I'm Eli Drinkwitz, if I'm Corey Batoon, I'm saying, hey, stop the run. That's been their strength all year long. Only 2 games, but that's what they've been wanting to do. If you take that away, does BC really have the passing attack to beat us, especially on the road? The answer is probably not. So that is what the Tigers are going to have to do on Saturday. Ultimately, guys, I like this game a lot. I love the top 25 matchup. I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than people think. Boston College has the resume. They have certainly been more battle-tested, but Missouri has the better team, and there is no doubt about that. The Tigers are fast, they are big, they are physical, and they do have home field advantage. I hear a lot of people saying, Columbia's not that great of a home field advantage. I would beg to differ. I like this Missouri team a lot this year. To me, a true college football playoff contender. Again, this game will be closer than expected. I think Bill O'Brien and the Eagles have a lot to prove. They are feeling disrespected by a spread that has them as nearly 17-point underdogs. I think this game's a little bit closer than that. I truly do. Missouri will win this game. I think they can win it by about 10, but Boston College puts up one heck of a fight, has a couple big explosive plays in there, but it's ultimately Missouri's defense that does force Thomas Castellanos to win the game through the air. He's unable to do it. The Tigers improved to 3-0, but credit to Boston College. This will be a good year for them and could be the year that streak of no seasons without 8 regular season wins finally comes to an end. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below. That includes our website, thegridironexpert.com, home of our expert picks, some of the best college football and NFL spread picks in the entire country. You do not want to miss out on those. Our Week 3 picks already out on our website. We want you to take advantage of those. Win big with us. Beating out over 80% of the national handicappers. You're really not going to find anything else better. So go sign up, join our GE Nation today. And once again, as always, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.